Namaskar, hello and welcome. Today we have with us Professor Pankaj Arora, an accomplished educationist and the current chairperson of the National Council for Teacher Education. With over 3 decades of experience in teaching, research and administration, Professor Arora has made significant contributions to shaping India's education landscape. Professor Arora holds a PhD focused on developing education programs for school students, along with advanced qualifications in political science and social science education. From his early days as a social science teacher in Delhi to his impactful leadership roles like heading the education department of Delhi University, he has consistently championed innovative approaches to education and policy. We look forward to learning from his deep expertise and visionary leadership in this conversation. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you.
Before we begin, let me set the context for this vlog. At ShikshaLokam, we have been working with education leaders and interviewing them to understand their role and vision. In your last few decades of experience in this space and your connection with education, we would like to understand your vision. Let me begin with our first question. So your professional journey has been an inspiration, and we would love to know, how did you manage to take up such diverse roles and responsibilities?
Thank you, ShikshaLokam. Thank you, Aishwarya. And thank you for calling my journey as inspirational. Because whatever I have been doing, I keep doing things in the best possible way with good intentions. My intentions are always focused to the institutions and the country. So whatever I am doing is diverse, but ultimately this is leading to a bigger responsibility in the nation. And my agenda is to set academic standards which can help future generation in the country, not only to become teachers, but also to become good human beings. With that mandate, I keep experimenting things, and that is the landscape of my journey.
Thank you so much, sir. That's wonderful and very insightful. On a lighter note, sir, we would also want to know, how does your day look like, the chairperson of NCTE?
That you have to ask my office, Umesh ji, who is my section officer,
Yes.
how he manages the schedule and makes sure that the agenda for the day meets towards the end of the day. It's closed. Yes, in the morning when I wake up, I have multiple ideas in my mind, and there are certain prefixed meetings and prefixed meeting with individuals as well as groups. I do believe in hard working. I do believe in doing justice with the responsibility assigned, and I take it as an opportunity that I have been assigned this responsibility for today only. So I must give my best to whatever I am doing for the day. And that is my mantra for my day also, my schedule also, that whatever is coming on my way should have a personal touch as well as have the best possible expectations from that assignment. So with that understanding, I keep doing things and try to define my day that towards the end of the day, I should sleep peacefully, that I did justice to my day.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words are as inspiring as your journey. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, at ShikshaLokam, we believe that every individual willing to lead contextual improvements in education is an education leader. So, according to you, sir, what role can education leaders play in creating a systemic change? And how has NEP 2020 influenced this?
I would respond to your question in 2 parts.
Yes.
One part, when I started my journey as a school teacher from CI Basic Experimental School, where I got opportunity to work against a maternity leave for 3 months only. When I joined that school and started teaching class 3, there I realized that a teacher is not only a teacher for a subject, but in a classroom situation, especially in school stage, one teacher is a role model, a leader, and you can lead your class the way you want to, because your content, luckily I am a student of social sciences, and social science has that flexibility and that potential that you can start with a formal concept and relate it with their daily life of the classroom students, their context, their surroundings, their society, their language, their region. And that way, you help them understand that these phenomena are not theoretical. These are very much part and parcel of your daily life. So that way, I think a teacher can make an impact in a classroom situation as a leader by making them realize whatever you are doing has a meaning, whatever you are doing, you should be proud of that, and ultimately, you should be doing it for your family first and for your nation towards a larger goal. Now, NEP is opening a formal avenue, formal meaning to this understanding by providing an opportunity which is called culturally responsive pedagogy. Today, only one of my scholars, while he was making his PhD presentation, he was discussing how this is significant to have cultural responsive pedagogy. Cultural responsive pedagogy is well defined in Education Policy 2020 when policy says your context, your examples, your pictures, your data should be Indian. Only then it will relate with Indian masses and Indian students. And your ideas should be global. So your vision should be broader. But at the same time, your foot should be on ground in the local context. And cultural responsive pedagogy suggests us that your content must be received in a joyful manner, where students should not feel that he or she got lost in the content, but he or she feel that yes, this is about me, this is about my culture, this is about my language, this is about my country, my region. So that way, policy has given a new avenue, new opportunity to all the educationists to think afresh about Indianness, about Indian ethos, about Indian knowledge system. At the same time, policy is proposing to go for the global context and go for the challenges of 21st century, be it technology-oriented challenges or these are big data-related challenges, robotic science-related challenges, artificial intelligence-related challenges. So policy has given us a very wide picture to work. As a teacher, as an educator, as an education leader, now it is up to you how much you can pick for you and for your term or your phase. So that way, I think policy is providing us opportunity and it is up to us, the leaders. Three things which are very, very important for any education leader. One is the person should be passionate about the work or the discipline or the profession. Second, he or she must be courageous to take bold steps. Only then he or she can do justice with the responsibility assigned. It is a responsibility which has been assigned to the education leader. And third one should be quick enough. One should not lose time in just thinking process and the opportunity is lost during that process. Process should not be very, very long. Try to make it quick, sharp. If you're not confident, go with a small scale size for a pilot and then take it to the mainstream.
Thank you so much, sir. That's a very unique perspective. And at ShikshaLokam also, we keep talking about small scale improvements, small steps towards improvements that we call as micro improvements in our language, sir. We also are leading the National Mission for Mentoring. And for NCTE, that's a crucial program to build a culture of mentoring in our nation. How do you look at the National Mission for Mentoring as a tool to bring a systemic change in the country?
Aishwarya, when I started as a school teacher in the year 1991, when I went school, a government school, and I saw a difference in age there among the teachers. I was 21 years only. And I had colleagues ranging from 21 to 57, 58, 59, very close to their retirement also. And in between people are there in 40s, 30s, mid 30s and everything. So I wondered, most of them were discouraging me and my ideas to be innovative in a classroom situation, to go one step forward, to take some teaching aid to make my class interesting and effective for my students. So I felt very discouraged in that environment. And that time, one teacher who was there for more than 7 years, he came forward and he suggested me, don't listen to them. If you want to go ahead with your innovative idea or you want to do something new in your classroom situation, they will keep saying one thing or other. If you will do good, even then they will say something, and if you will do something wrong, even then they will say something. So stop thinking about that. So that struggle of my initial 2 years, when I was very confused whether I am doing right or wrong, whether I should do it or no, that challenge made me realize that how important a mentor is in a professional situation for a beginner. A beginner must be getting some support, some hand-holding from a senior, expert and positive person who can help us starting our journey in a profession. You look at any profession for that purpose. Even a car mechanic, even a kumhar work, even a plumbing work, there is a ustadji who is helping a young learner to get into the profession. They are not formally qualified, but there is a mentor for them. Similarly, in the year 2006, I got an opportunity to visit Glasgow University, Scotland, and there I found a mentoring model as one of the best to my understanding. They had this system after certain years of your school teaching. If you're not interested into administration, you do not want to be headmaster or principal, then you can become mentor for the young generation. And that model inspired me to recognize the expertise and experience of senior teachers who may not be very good on administration, or administration is not their interest area. They want to continue in academics. Their system acknowledges them at par with headmaster and principal for financial perks as well as for administrative recognition. So they are treated at par with headmaster or principal. And the nearest teacher education institution acknowledge them as extended faculty members and invite them while they are developing their curriculum for B.Ed students, while they are selecting B.Ed admission process, deciding on admission process, while they are evaluating their internship in school situation. So these mentors are part of teacher preparation as well as hand-holding for the new teachers in the system. And from there, I got this inspiration and this model that mentoring is very, very important. Otherwise, what happens sometimes, some people lose interest in a new profession because they were not given sufficient chance to try out. Before experimenting new things, they have been pushed out because of multiple reasons. The ragging culture is there. That ragging culture, I treat it as ragging in a professional situation where seniors feel sometimes, not always, some seniors feel insecure because of you. And instead of supporting you, they start pushing you. They start discouraging you. They start passing comments on you. They start judging you. As young person, especially into the profession of teaching, when you are young, you have to be very, very cautious for multiple reasons. As I mentioned, I was only 21 when I joined a school. My school was a co-education school. So girls were also there, boys were also there. Now just imagine, in a Delhi rural belt, a teacher of 21 is there, and that's a senior secondary school. So if I am talking to 3-4 girls, I can be named and labeled like anything. If I am playing with boys in a sports ground, as a young teacher, I used to play with them. I till date, in my institution, University of Delhi, I used to play in the evening with my students. So those positive behavior of mine, those positive understanding of mine, those democratic and liberal environment which I want to share with my students was discouraged in the school system. So I think this mentoring is very important in principle as well as for the pragmatic reasons. Let new teachers blossom in the system. And now when policy has brought this concept of mentoring in the formal system, I think NCTE has taken up this responsibility and came out with National Mentoring Mission 2 years back. At the moment, we have around 70 mentors enrolled with us. And in a recent advertisement, we have received 750 applications who want to register with us as mentors. So this network of mentors, initially we have started it through an app, online model only. But gradually we want to make it more interactive. So I am working on that to make sure that region-wise, state-wise, some small teams can be identified, which can be there to handhold the people voluntarily basis. And ministry has suggested me that try to add some incentive to mentors. If not monetary incentive, then recognition in one way or another. Some points into their credit in the process of identification for teachers at national level for different prize and recognitions. So those things are under consideration and discussion. But this idea of mentoring in principle is a wonderful idea which had success in multiple professions and trades. Most of the lawyers start their practice under a mentor and then they go for independent practice. But before that, initial 5 years, they are working under some mentor, some senior lawyer. Similarly, the local mechanics, plumber, carpenter, I as mentioned, they work under some ustadji. And after 5-7 years of experience, they themselves become independent professional of that field. So policy has given us this opportunity and we want to take it very, very seriously. We want to expand it. We want to expand it to 1,000 mentors by the end of 31st March 2025. And we want to make it 1 lakh mentors by the year 2030. This is the target we have set for NCTE and for this mentoring mission.
Thank you so much, sir. That's a very ambitious target and we are really hopeful that we will definitely achieve that target. I would also like to thank you for sharing your personal experiences with us, sir. The way you approach your challenges is truly commendable, and I really hope the listeners will get inspired and join the teaching sector and understand with your challenges they would also learn something. So thank you so much, sir.
ऐश्वर्या, मेरे टाइम पे ना चैलेंज ज़्यादा डीपर था. मेरी जनरेशन लोगों के कहने को वैल्यू करती थी, मीनिंग था. आपकी जनरेशन में या आज की जनरेशन में ये प्रेशर नहीं है. They don't bother about people. What do they say? So that's a positive thing which has been developed in the new generation. लेकिन मेरी जनरेशन लोग क्या कहेंगे इसको बड़ा इम्पॉर्टेंट मानती थी और उससे बड़ा डिस्करेज भी होती थी और मोटिवेट भी होती थी, दोनों काम होते थे. तो उस टाइम पे अगर मैं उन एक्सपेरिमेंट्स को, अपने इनोवेशंस को, अपनी डेमोक्रेटिक एंड लिबरल अप्रोच को स्टूडेंट्स के साथ काम करने की कहीं रुक जाता तो शायद आज मैं यहाँ होता ही नहीं. क्योंकि मेरे उसी स्ट्रेंथ ने मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस दिया, उन्हीं स्टूडेंट्स के फीडबैक ने मुझे एश्योरेंस दी दैट यू आर राइट, डोंट वरी, टेक इट फॉरवर्ड. And that confidence and that support has brought me here today before you.
Yes, thank you, sir. And हम तो चाहते हैं कि आपकी जर्नी से और लोग भी इंस्पायर हो to become teachers and to work closely with students. I think it's a perfect moment to ask, sir, how do you envision the role of teacher education in the next decade?
Teacher education became formal education in mid 20th century in India also, and few colleges of education came up. Before independence, we have very few institutions which were preparing teachers for school system. But now we have 15,000 plus teacher education institutions where we are preparing around 17 lakh teachers per year. I will not use the word producing. We are preparing teachers. They are coming out. They are completing their teacher education programs. And this big number need direction from the system and from the programs. If I say data, then data suggests country needs around 6 lakh teachers per year, and NCTE programs are preparing around 15-16 lakh teachers per year. So we are preparing surplus. But profession of teaching or the programs of teaching are not only to prepare you for a classroom situation. They prepare you for multiple life situations. It's a personality growth component. It's an exercise which gives you confidence to become content writer, to become YouTubers are there in the market who are doing multiple small videos producing every day and earning good amount in the society. So that way, for small learning opportunities, small exercises of day-to-day life, whether it's fitness related, mental health related, profession related, technology related, mobile phone users related, IT, computer related, such small videos can make a wonder in the life of other people. So I think teacher education or education has very, very bright future in the coming decade, as you asked. Because now with 7th pay commission, teachers remuneration and pay and service conditions are in the best possible way. They are available now, and in the days to come when ITEP first batch will come out in the year 27, we are considering to bring it parity in the cadre, and parity in the professional growth opportunities for the people. Teaching is, as I said, 16 lakh people are joining program and coming out of the teacher preparation programs. So teaching is always liked in India, especially in India, and teachers have always been given respect by the society. But now it is up to the teachers to make sure and work for retaining this expectation of society and retaining this status of respect which we are getting. For that we need to work. Teachers need to work. Few days back somebody was asking me why teachers respect is deteriorating in the society. Then I use the word, sir, teachers are there are teachers जिनको देखते ही आप उनके पाँव में जाके गिरते हैं और रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं, एंड देयर आर टीचर्स जिसको आप देख के रास्ता बदल लेते हैं, इग्नोर कर देते हैं. तो टीचर्स का या किसी भी प्रोफेशन में रिस्पेक्ट ऑटोमेटिक नहीं है. रिस्पेक्ट आपको अर्न करनी है. अर्न करने के लिए आपको एफर्ट डालना है, और एफर्ट अगर आर्टिफिशियल है तो शॉर्ट टर्म है, और वो एफर्ट आपकी पर्सनैलिटी का हिस्सा है तो लॉन्ग टर्म है. तो ये चीज़ समझनी पड़ेगी. When I was teaching in University of Delhi, B.Eds, M.Ed, I used to tell my students, if you are accidentally entered into the world of teaching, then rest sure that you will not survive for a long period. Unless you accept it, now you are into this profession. So you should be coming to teaching by choice and not by chance. बाय चांस आके आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है कि आप इसको चॉइस में कन्वर्ट कर लो. अगर कन्वर्ट कर लेंगे तो यू विल सस्टेन इन दिस प्रोफेशन. कन्वर्ट नहीं करेंगे तो आप ना सिर्फ अपने साथ इनजस्टिस करोगे, बल्कि आने वाली जनरेशन्स जिनको आप क्लासरूम में पढ़ाओगे, जब आप खुद ही डिसइंटरेस्टेड हो, डे इल्यूजन हो इस प्रोफेशन के बारे में, तो यू कैन नॉट डू जस्टिस टू दिस प्रोफेशन. आप जब तक स्टूडेंट्स को लिविंग ह्यूमन बींग्स जो आपके आसपास है, ईच इंडिविजुअल इज अ यूनिक एंटिटी. उसके आइडियाज़ अलग हैं, उसकी सोच अलग है, उसका रहन सहन अलग है, उसकी आई यूज टू से ईच क्लासरूम इज अ मिनी सोसाइटी. तो आप एक मिनी सोसाइटी में हैं. तो अगर आप उन लिविंग के साथ मशीन की तरह काम करोगे, कंप्यूटर की तरह या फाइल की तरह, तब तो आप बहुत जल्दी फेल हो जाओगे और आप सिस्टम का बर्डन बन के बैठ जाओगे, जहाँ ना तो आपको रिस्पेक्ट मिलेगी और ना आपको मैनेजमेंट एंड हायर अथॉरिटी स्पेस देंगी काम करने का. लेकिन अगर आपको टीचिंग प्रोफेशन में सर्वाइव करना है तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज योर एप्टीट्यूड, योर इंटरेस्ट एंड योर चॉइस. इसके साथ आप टीचिंग में आते हैं तो देयर आर मोर पॉसिबिलिटीज टू सक्सीड इन दिस प्रोफेशन. तो आने वाले 10 साल में जो आपका ओरिजिनल क्वेश्चन था, टीचर्स या टीचर एजुकेशन कहाँ होगी, डिपेंड ऑन द एप्टीट्यूड ऑफ द पीपल. The people who are into teaching, they are more responsible how good examples they set before the next generation. जैसे मैं अपने घर में कुछ बात करता हूँ, तो जो क्राइसिस हैं, चाहे वो ग्रीनरी का है, पॉल्यूशन का है, इकोनॉमी का है, तो माई चिल्ड्रन हु आर ग्रोन अप नाउ, they used to say your generation is responsible for this, not ours. We are sufferers of your actions you have taken. तो मुझे लगता है वो बात तो बिल्कुल ठीक कहते हैं, लेकिन मेरी जनरेशन इसको मानना नहीं चाहती. वो मानना इसलिए नहीं चाहती क्योंकि इसमें हमारा ईगो भी आता है, हमारा लाइफस्टाइल भी आता है, हमारे कुछ ऐसे कंजर्वेटिव ओपिनियन हैं जो हमें रोकते हैं इस बात से. तो आने वाले टाइम में टीचर्स को, टीचर एजुकेशन को कैसे देखेंगे, ये डिपेंड करता है आज के टीचर्स के ऊपर. तो जो टीचर्स स्कूल सिस्टम में हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी सिस्टम में हैं, प्रोफेशनल टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में हैं, अगर आप हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ नहीं दोगे तो ना रिस्पेक्ट मिलेगी और ना ग्रोथ मिलेगी. और उससे ही आप इंस्पायर करके, जो मेंटरिंग मॉडल की हमने बात की थी, इफ़ यू वांट टू मेंटर यंग जनरेशन देन यू हैव टू बिकम अ मेंटर. मेंटर की भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, मेंटी की भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. तो दोनों कॉम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं. वन इज डूइंग जस्टिस, अदर इज नॉट डूइंग जस्टिस, तो फिर वो मेंटर मेंटी मॉडल काम करेगा नहीं.
बिल्कुल सर. Thank you so much for sharing that, sir. And my father is a principal, my mother is a school teacher. तो मैं आपकी बातों से बहुत रिलेट कर पा रही थी. जो अपने घर के कॉन्वर्सेशंस कह रहे थे, हमारे घर में भी कुछ ऐसे कॉन्वर्सेशन होते रहते हैं.
आपकी जनरेशन की ना 2-3 बातें बहुत अच्छी हैं. जैसे एक मैंने अभी कहा था कि आपकी जनरेशन ये बर्डन लेके नहीं चलती कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, और ना जज होने से प्रेशर में आती है, वो बिलीव करती है हु आर यू टू जज मी, सो आई हैव नॉट गिवन यू दिस राइट टू जज मी। तो ये बहुत अच्छा सोच है। दूसरा, आपकी जनरेशन रैशनैलिटी के साथ चलती है, जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ यंग जनरेशन को, जो मैं एज 27 ईयर्स जो मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी में बिताए अभी तक के, तो मुझे लगता है यंग जनरेशन, हम लोग जवाब इसलिए नहीं देते कि आपके क्वेश्चंस इनवैलिड है, हम जवाब इसलिए नहीं देते क्योंकि हमारे पास जवाब ही नहीं है, और वो जवाब साइंटिफिक नहीं है, रैशनल नहीं है, हमारे फेथ हैं, हमारे बिलीव्स हैं, और कई दफ़ा हमारे पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं। तो उसके पीछे रैशनैलिटी कंपोनेंट नहीं होगा तो आप लोग नहीं मानते, एंड दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस जनरेशन।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
Not only as a parent but as a teacher I am saying this.
थैंक यू सो मच सर। ऑब्वियसली आपके थॉट्स डेफिनेटली बहुत ही वैलिड है, and I think a lot of teachers and parents think like you in today's world. So we are coming to the end of this interview, and but I still have a few questions. Sir, how do you see the role of teachers in realizing the goal of Viksit Bharat by the year 2047?
ऐसा मैंने अपने कई पब्लिक एड्रेसेस में कहा, आई विल रिपीट। विकसित भारत अगर बनेगा तो एजुकेशन उसका एक पावरफुल इम्पॉर्टेंट टूल है। अगर हम कहते हैं विकसित भारत बनेगा तो विकसित भारत सिर्फ मशीन से, कंप्यूटर से, टेक्नोलॉजी से नहीं बन सकता। विकसित भारत डजंट मीन ओनली इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, इट मीन्स सोशल ग्रोथ एज वेल। सोसाइटी में वैल्यू सिस्टम क्या है, सोशल नॉर्म्स क्या हैं, सोसाइटी में हार्मनी कैसी है, ये सब फैक्टर इक्वली रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं। विकसित भारत एजुकेशन के थ्रू बनेगा, एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने उसका रोड मैप दिया हमें, और अगर हमें विकसित भारत देखना है तो तीनों डायमेंशंस, अगेन विद द पॉलिसी रेफरेंस, तीनों डायमेंशंस को साथ लेके चलना है। आपका इथॉस, आपका वैल्यू सिस्टम, आपका कल्चर, आपकी लैंग्वेजेस, आपकी इंडियननेस। प्रेजेंट में यू लुक फॉरवर्ड टू 21st सेंचुरी, तो आप फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग हो, तो आप, जैसे मैंने कहा कि आप टेक्नोलॉजी ओरिएंटेड हो, आप बिग डेटा में बिलीव करते हैं, उसके साथ आप रिसर्च करना समझते हैं। तो और तीसरा, आने वाले दिनों में इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ में आप कैसे अपने रोल और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को देखते हैं। टुडे वी आर एट 8% इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ रेट, बट वी नीड टू टेक इट टू 10%, और वो 10% लगातार 7-8 साल रहेगी, तब हम बिलीव कर सकते हैं कि हम ग्रोथ रेट के से डेवलपिंग नेशन की तरफ जा रहे हैं। इस एक्सेलरेटिंग इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के साथ साथ मैं सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को भी उतनी वैल्यू देना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने पहले कहा कि एक इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के साथ हम, हो सकता है, रिच एंड प्रॉस्पर स्टेट बन जाएं, लेकिन हम एक सिविलाइज्ड और सभ्य एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबल स्टेट बनेंगे तो उसके लिए सोशल सेक्टर को ध्यान देना बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, जिसको हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने भी कहा कि वी शुड बी प्रोवाइडिंग इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू द पीपल। जस्टिस की बात करते हैं, लिबर्टी की और इक्वालिटी की बात करते हैं, वो साथ साथ लेके चलना पड़ेगा। एक तरफ से डेवलपमेंट हुआ, दूसरी तरफ नहीं हुआ तो इनकम्प्लीट होगा।
Agreed, sir. That's really insightful, sir. And on that note, I would also want you to recommend a book to our viewers, and especially for those who want to pursue a career in the education sector.
एजुकेशन सेक्टर में अगर आप टीचिंग प्रोफेशन में आओ या नहीं आओ, नॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बट यू मस्ट नो इंडिया। तो इंडिया को जानने समझने के लिए बहुत रिसेंटली जो लिटरेचर, कलाम साहब के बहुत सारे ऐसे बुक हैं, गिजू भाई के बहुत सारी ऐसी सीरीज ऑफ बुक्स है, एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हैं, और धर्मपाल की जो ब्यूटीफुल ट्री है जो इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम को समझाती है, उसकी हिस्ट्री को बताती है, ये 2-3 ऑथर्स मैं रिकमेंड करता हूँ कि सभी टीचर्स को, सभी पेरेंट्स को पढ़ने चाहिए।
Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure our listeners are writing that down. We've come to the end of our interview, sir. And my last question is, one piece of advice to the younger generation.
ये क्वेश्चन ना एक बार किसी मीडिया पर्सन ने शाहरुख खान से पूछा, तो शाहरुख खान ने जो रिस्पांस दिया, जब मैंने उस रिस्पांस को पढ़ा तो मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ कि एग्जैक्ट यही मैं भी सोचता हूँ ऐसा, और वो ये था, ही सेड कि द मोमेंट यू आर लिविंग, ट्राई टू लिव इट टू द फुलेस्ट एंड मैक्सिमम। डोंट afraid of future, don't be very concerned about your past. प्रेजेंट में जो लोग जीते हैं, इस मोमेंट में अपना बेस्ट करने की कोशिश करते हैं, आई थिंक दैट इज द सक्सेस ऑफ, दैट इज द सक्सेस मंत्रा फॉर द लाइफ। आप जहाँ हैं, जैसे हैं, जिस पोजीशन में हैं, जिस काम में जुड़े हैं, अपना बेस्ट करो, उसे इंजॉय करो, उसको बर्डन नहीं समझो। ऐसा करोगे तो आप काम के साथ भी जस्टिस करोगे और अपने साथ भी जस्टिस करोगे.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. We will definitely try to follow this advice. And thank you so much, sir, for taking out time to discuss your thoughts with us. And I'm sure our listeners are going away with great ideas and thought-provoking insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.